Our next director, Shane Black, got his start in Hollywood as a writer, most famously known for creating the Lethal Weapon franchise. His writing style is often regarded for its frequent Christmas settings and his Shane Black-isms, such as this excerpt from the Last Boy Scout script. Remember Jimmy's friend Henry, who we met briefly near the opening of the film? Of course you do. You're a highly paid reader or development person. Black says he includes quips like this to, quote, keep people awake, and leave a greater impression on the executives reading his scripts. Going into the 21st century, Black began directing his scripts as well, and that's where we pick up in this ranking. The first thing I notice about Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is that it was obviously written by a writing nerd. The constant jokes about grammar and story structure make that abundantly clear.
Clearly I'm interrupting. I feel badly. What are you drinking?
Bad.
Bad. Sorry,
You feel bad.
Bad?
Badly is an adverb, so to say you feel badly would be saying that the mechanism which allows you to feel is broken.
Beyond that, this film is completely chaotic in all the best ways. Even having read the book that it's partially based on, I was not prepared for all the places that this interpretation would go. This chaos is made all the better by the incredible performances of Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer. Not only are they hilarious on their own, but their chemistry in this film elevates their screen presence in a way I was truly unable to look away from. This is some of the hardest a movie has made me laugh in a while.
Don't forget to validate your parking. And for all of you good people in the Midwest, sorry we said fuck so much.
I really appreciate what Iron Man 3 does as a character study of Tony Stark following the events of the first Avengers movie. While it doesn't explore its lead as deeply as a film like Logan, for example, it still makes a big deal to focus on Tony's PTSD, manifesting in the form of anxiety attacks and an obsession to build new suits, which actually ends up serving as a good launching point for him eventually creating Ultron. It also explores Tony's character by seeing how he reacts when taken out of his element. What happens when Tony Stark is dropped in a snowy small town without an Iron Man suit? A damn fun movie, that's what.
Please don't tell me there's a 12-year-old kid waiting in the car that I've never met.
He's 13. No, I need your help.
For the third video in a row, I have to blur the line between film and television. Edge was initially created to be a television pilot for a show based on the Edge series of novels. While it was not greenlit for a full series order, the pilot was released standalone and exists now as a film. And not a very easy to find one, might I add. This film condenses the plot of the first book into just a 62-minute runtime, and it somehow does it both too quickly and too slow. It's like they realized that they had skipped all the way to the last few chapters after just 10 minutes and thought they could make up for it by cramming a bunch of new stuff into that part that ultimately does not matter. The action sequences are pretty well shot, but I found myself losing track of who Edge is even trying to kill anymore. I've said before that I'm not much of a Western person, but even I can recognize just how many cliches of the genre are crammed into this thing. I can't imagine how much worse it would be throughout an entire season of this.
Oh, now there's no need to be ashamed, Betty. You got a right to bear arms.
The Nice Guys feels like a spiritual successor to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It's a mystery action thriller with two leads, only one of which is actually a private investigator, with the other lead just tagging along. They're not too dissimilar in tone either, both taking an irreverent spin on the serious detective noir style film. Hell, they even both have jokes about grammar.
Dad, there's like whores here and stuff.
Sweetheart, how many times have I told you, don't say and stuff. Just say, Dad, there are whores here.
The leads are fantastic in this movie, especially Ryan Gosling. Even when he's playing an absolute loser, alcoholic, deadbeat father, he can't help but be charming. I'm honestly a little ashamed it took me until Barbie to get on the Gosling train. The story lulls just a little bit, transitioning from the second act to the third, but it manages to get itself back on track, so I won't fault it too much for that. It's just a flat-out fun, smartly written movie.
Jesus Christ! One at a time!
You took the Lord's name in vain.
No, I didn't, Janet. I found it very useful, actually. Okay, Janet?
few months after Lethal Weapon, Shane Black's screenwriting debut, was released, he had his first acting credit in Predator.
The other day, I was going down to my girlfriend. I said to her, "Jeez, you got a big pussy. Jeez, you got a big pussy." She said, "Why did you say that twice?" And I said, "I didn't." See, it's because of the echo.
I can't help but wonder if that's why half the characters in this movie act like that. Honestly, though, I'd prefer if every character in this movie acted like that if it meant I didn't have to see this sorry excuse for autism representation. It's clear that Shane Black didn't bother doing any real research about autism when writing this movie, because all of Rory's traits could be identified by asking a random person on the street what they think autistic people are like. Well, I've heard they can remember things real good, but they don't know how to talk to people. Oh yeah, and sometimes they don't like loud noises. Just ignore the constant gunfire and explosions surrounding this kid throughout the third act. Rory's barely even a character in this movie. He's just a plot device. He accidentally summons the Predator to Earth, then a bigger Predator wants to take him so it can hybridize itself with his autism DNA to further its own evolution. I wish I was making that up. This movie has a very strong opening sequence, and then it just unravels from there. Though there is a scene where the Predator gives a thumbs up with a severed hand. I liked that.
It's a space alien.
You know who Whoopi Goldberg is? It's like an alien Whoopi Goldberg.
The first half of Play Dirty is about as generic as an action movie can get. Once the heist actually gets underway in the second half, things start to get a bit more interesting, but I still never really care about these characters. Plus, none of the tense moments are given the sort of weight they should be. It feels like just another forgettable, straight-to-streaming action flick. And that's because it is one.
Well, I can be smart.
Oh, you can't. But you could pretend. So, before you make any move at all, just imagine what a smart person might do. And then you do that instead, okay?
Shane Black clearly has a deep love for cheap paperback novels. I mean, half of his movies are at least partially based on one, and one of those further makes them a major plot point. And on top of that, his next movie is going to adapt yet another. I'm getting ahead of myself, though. These 6 films get an average rating of 3.17, which places Shane Black in 3rd place so far, in between Jon Favreau and Joss Whedon. Next time, we'll see how Alan Taylor fares in these rankings. Until then, have a Merry Christmas.